weapons all over the field.
Patrick Mahomes.
At our running backs, you have Kareem Hunt, the NFL leading rusher, and then Spencer Ware, who's coming back, and he'll be healthy. And then to add, with the stable behind them. And then you have receivers. You have Tyreek Hill, you have Sammy Watkins, you have Chris Conley, who's going to be healthy again, and then you have Demarcus Robinson. You have a ton of weapons there, and then, of course, you have Travis Kelce and the tight end group that we have. So for me, it's just about getting into the right play and putting the ball in their hands, and then they'll make the plays happen. I 100% believe that.
Texas Tech has become a pretty good pipeline to the NFL now. Talk about guys that just got drafted or signed free agent deals, Coutee and Cottrell as well. Talk about that mix of guys you played with who are now at that next level.
Yeah, I was super excited for them. They're guys that put in the work. They really grinded. It helps. They're from East Texas too, so I grew up and I knew those guys growing up. So just to see them reach their dream and get to this level in the NFL was an awesome experience.
Thanks, man. Good luck.
How much did you learn last year by watching after playing so much?
Yeah, I learned a ton. Alex was an amazing guy. He really brought me into the quarterback room, accepted me, and did his thing and had a great season as himself, but at the same time taught me things. Just to see what it took to mentally prepare for the game and what you have to do in order to have success in the field was something that I'll utilize going into this next season.
Was there anything about that process that surprised you, that it was so much time or maybe not as much time? Or what did you learn?
Yeah, definitely the amount of film watched, especially by the quarterback, is tremendous. It's something that I didn't do as much in college. In college you watch the team that you play, and then you watch yourself and you think you're good. But when you're in the NFL, you watch the team that you play. You watch if you played them 2 or 3 years ago. You watch all this different stuff, and it's stuff where you have to spend that time in order to get that competitive advantage.
Next up, Jonathan with ISO Media. Can you talk about your time spent at Texas Tech, the Lubbock area, maybe favorite restaurants or spots like that?
Yeah, my time in Lubbock was awesome. Just the people and the community accepted me really well. Just being around all those guys. We had a great group of guys on my team, and we went everywhere. We went to places like Cap Rock. We went to Blue Sky. We went to all those places and ate. And it was probably not the healthiest version of foods, but it was a good time.
Did you ever go to Prairie Dog Town?
I did not. I didn't hear about that one.
Anybody else? Patrick, why did you want to be a part of this weekend?
Yeah, first off, I'm from Texas, and I'm a lot of times in Dallas area, so just to be a part of something that I'd heard about it last year, and a couple of my buddies had came and said it was an awesome event, and so I wanted to be a part of just the fan base. And fantasy football is a huge ordeal in the NFL, and so for me to be a part and kind of interact with the fans is something I always like to do.
It's a little strange that people might be drafting you now.
It is really strange. My dad said he still doesn't think he's going to take me in the first round, though. So he says he take the quarterbacks a little later. So we'll see. But it is kind of cool to get drafted by people and have the opportunity to hopefully win them a lot of games.
You talked earlier about all the weapons that you have. How much of a blessing is that to be able to know you don't have to do everything, that you can rely on those guys?
Yeah, it helps out a ton, especially being my really first year of playing quarterback. I could throw a 5-yard pass and Tyrese can take it to the house. So it's stuff like that. You have Kelce, who seems like he catches everything. You have Sammy, who's really, I think, evolving his game and getting better and better every single day. And then you have Kareem. So if I just need to get a couple yards or if I need a touchdown, I just hand it to him. So to have those weapons, it helps a quarterback always.
What is it about Coach Reid that helps you on the quarterback?
I think Coach Reid just helps every position just because of the knowledge and the way he's able to relate to people. He is a great guy. You respect the way he works and the amount of time he spends into it, and then the little things that he says that you never think about always help you out.
James Courtney, Die Hard Media. What are you taking fantasy football-wise? Running back or receiver first round, and why?
I think it depends on, there are different types of leagues now. When I was younger, it was all just the yards. Now you can catch the ball and get points, I think. So, I would say either a really, really, really good running back or a receiver, just any type of receiver. Because, receivers will get the catches in today's NFL, but, those running backs that are multi-dimensional, can catch and run, those guys are pretty effective.
Kaiir from Road with you at quarterback and obviously now Sammy Watkins in the mix, a lot of fans and fantasy players kind of assume that the offense is going to get more vertical. more deep passing. Do you think that that's going to happen at all, or do you see that playbook pretty much staying the same?
I mean, I know last year we had a lot of deep touchdowns already, so for us to add another receiver who is a deep threat, I mean, I'm sure that we'll hopefully have a lot more big play touchdowns. So, I mean, for me, I'm just going to run the offense. Coach Reid tells me to run, but having those guys, I mean, you can either take a deep pass or a short pass to the house. I mean, that's going to help out the offense.
One more. Patrick Walker, 24/7 Sports. What do you think, in your opinion, will be the biggest challenge going from being the guy behind the guy to being the guy going forward?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest challenge, I guess you would say, I mean, it's not really a challenge. It's just you have to make sure that you're ready for everything that you can throw at you. I mean, there's a lot of times in the NFL they show stuff for 7-8 weeks, and you get to the game that day and they throw something totally different. So, I mean, when I was on the sideline last year, I would be trying to help, like, we need to do this, this, and this in order to have success. But when you're in the game and they throw that on you and you have to make a play, you have to make sure you know what you can utilize in order to have success.
Patrick, what's your favorite play in the Chiefs' offense and why?
I would say any play that's a touchdown.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.